well over 100 people dead, that there are several young children who've been killed by this earthquake.
The search continues for survivors. A new report out today on an elaborate ruse set up as President Trump was departing the NATO summit in Turkey. ABC's Karen Hua with details.
According to the Washington Post, Trump boarded the older Air Force One in front of the cameras, waving from the stairs, and then slipped out a door on the other side of the plane into an airport catering truck, which then drove him to a smaller military jet. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reportedly flew with him, boarding separately to make the flight look routine.
The reason for the change, assassination threats from Iran. It's primary election day in 6 states: Connecticut, Alabama, Vermont, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and South Carolina. You're listening to ABC News.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com.
News brought to you this hour by Lee's Old Country Store, Antiques and Collectibles, located on Highway 22 in Flora, a half mile west of 49 North.
He's been in trouble with the law a lot. The next several days are all expected to be close to the same. The high today is 97. The heat index is 107, and a heat advisory is in effect. Tonight, the low is 77, and it's mostly clear. Wednesday, it's another day with a high at 98, and a heat index about 10 degrees higher than that. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. Christian Lane II of Vicksburg was captured Monday night inside a house in a subdivision near Highway 468, says Rankin County Sheriff Brian Bailey. Lane was wanted on a plethora of warrants and is known to law enforcement in Warren County for business burglary. Bailey says the man was spotted on a surveillance camera by a homeowner inside a house, ran and got into another house through a doggy door. He finally gave it up after holding the cops off while he was hiding in the attic of the house. Joshua Andrews will not be tried in Madison County for the murder of his girlfriend, Glennis Jackson, which happened in January of 2025. Instead, he will be tried on the coast. The change of venue granted by a judge who agreed that he probably couldn't get a fair trial in Madison County, which is where Andrews is accused of kidnapping his girlfriend from the Nissan plant, shooting her several times inside a van, and then leaving her whenever she jumped out of that van and was hit on Interstate 55. A man who authorities say hightailed it west after stabbing a woman to death in Ruleville Monday morning was found Monday evening in Sallisaw, Oklahoma. 34-year-old Cornelius Hudson was arrested in a motel there by U.S. Marshals. He is expected to be returned to Mississippi. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
So when are you going to check that thing off your to-do list?
Right, that. I don't know. How about next week?
How about now?
Or I could do it later, right?
No more putting it off. Do it now so you don't forget. You want this and have for a while.
You're right. I want this.
You deserve this. And it can help you in the long run. There. I just logged on to homescc.edu. We're getting you registered right now.
Wait. Hold up. I thought you had to show up on site to register at Homes.
You can do either one. You know that career you talk about all the time? The life you dream about? It starts today. How does that famous quote go?
Please don't.
The secret to getting ahead is
getting started.
Fall classes start August 17th. Register at a campus near you Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 3:30, or right now at homescc.edu. And remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT.
Holmes Community College.
No place like Holmes.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome
to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, chip away at the storm.
6:07 a.m. Good Tuesday morning here on the Chip Matthews Show. Good morning to all of you. It's a little dark outside, but it's time to get up, get going. And of course, this morning in the studio with us, Todd Sandridge from Superior Foundations, superiorfoundations.ms.
Superior.ms, yeah.
Superior.ms.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. So, what's been going on? I hadn't seen you in about a month.
Yeah. The weather has, still not getting a whole lot of rain, and which I was checking this morning actually on my way here. I was like, okay, yeah, there's a chance, like 30% chance of rain in 8 days, 9 days. So it has been an interesting summer for us and our business, and man, everything's moving.
Well, the houses that have the belly, like for instance, we had out at the reservoir, we had just a giant downpour one day.
That's right.
And so when you have the giant downpour here and then you have dry land over there,
it all moves to clay. And it's interesting, Chip. I was talking to one of my technicians yesterday evening, and he had been to a house in a very nice big neighborhood. We won't call it neighborhood, but the house was 11.5 inches off. Now, it was 11.5 inches heave. All right. So ask yourself, why does a house heave 1 foot? Well, a lot of water.
Right.
They actually had gotten some subsurface French drains about 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
So you're okay. That should settle it down a little bit. So the first thing that people need to know is there is a good bit of sewer pipes and water pipes on our houses leak.
Right.
And ultimately, there's a master bathroom sitting right there where it was doing that. No other part of the house was heaving like that, and we can't fix a heave.
Right.
Now, if your house is falling, and that's what we do every day, we'll fix 2 today.
Right.
But if it's a heave, we can drain it. We can try to sell it in. But people don't understand that. I mean, this house is not very old.
No.
But that sewer pipe pulls out, or just a little bit, maybe has a little clean break in it, and man, it'll lift the house in a minute.
It's all over Jackson. When you look at the cities have the pipe, we put new pipe in the ground. Well, as things change, as the weather changes, drying out the land, the wet land, back and forth, all of that is a factor in all of it.
And a lot of people say, okay, well, in fact, Clay Edwards, I was talking with Clay not long ago on his show, and he said, man, where do you do the most work? And it was funny because when I left that day, I remember thinking, really everywhere. I mean, I might be here, we'll be in Northeast Jackson, we'll be in Brandon, we'll be in Byron, we'll be in Clinton, we'll be in Madison, we'll be in Ridgeland, and then, but it goes in phases, it goes in waves. And I think that the weathered clay is here, to a little bit of nerd geology is we have no bedrock.
Right.
We have no bedrock in Mississippi.
Right.
So our load-bearing strata is a blue clay. Where that blue clay is, where that shelf is anywhere between, say, 17, 18 feet, all the way down to 60 feet.
Right.
So, and every area is different and what it reacts to in the water and things like that. And
the water table is the big thing.
It's huge.
I wonder over time, as the Amazon plants and all that, if you will see unique differences in the areas out there.
So I was, yes, I actually was, that somebody posed that question, and, I don't know. I can tell you that I know that area. I know where they are.
Right.
And, the dirt is actually, believe it or not, maybe they're just living right, but the dirt's a little bit better out there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we have no bedrock, so it's still going to react. They cool that with water. I mean, they bring in a large amount of water for that. So what are the odds of some of those pipes breaking or having small leaks and things like that?
And then they're putting in the new wastewater plant and this, that, and the other. I mean, many things to move water around are going on in deep Madison County, also in Rankin County. over there for the Rankin First project. And then, of course, the other places where data centers are going in. That is something to think about on the water level. And, you know, when Jackson said they were going to do it, now, of course, Jackson has put a moratorium on it, but their biggest problem on a data center in Jackson is they hadn't got dependable water. Everybody needs to remember just a few years ago, they had none.
They had zero. And well, interesting you brought that up. So, you know, we all know the issues with the pipes and everything in Jackson. We had gone to a house and did an estimate, and this house is kind of below everything else, which you can imagine a lot of drainage issues.
Right.
But I said, wow, you know, we had gone, you know, about 2 years prior to that, and it started moving. I said, hey, let's watch it. Don't really need any work right now. And they called us, you know, freaking out. So we went back over to measure. I said, okay, we have a significant drop here. What's changed? And we had done drainage. I knew the drainage was good.
Right.
She said, well, you know, right up there, and you could see it. It's probably 100 yards up. They had a huge water main break in Jackson. And so she said they were flooded. She had all, I mean, her husband was a lawyer. She had all the videos and all that. And, you know, they had submitted for that. But at the end of the day, you know, if the water main is just a little bit leaking, you know, they don't know that, right? So, you know, you can see it, you can see the roads messed up, but that can get to your house too. Any change in water.
People don't understand. It's how dry the earth is under your house.
That's right.
That's all it is. And
That's
I mean,
right.
if you had rain and you have good gutters on your house, that changes everything.
Yeah.
And if you don't have good gutters, then that means every time water comes, it's going to be right there. It's going to seep under the edge of your house.
It does. And people see it differently, Chip. And I think, you know, on the coastline, you got sandy soil, you got, you know, that black dirt up in the Delta, but we still do a lot of work there because, you know, they're not controlling the water. They're not, you know, nothing helps that.
I mean, you can't. And, you know, water finds a way.
It does.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Like if you have a leak on your roof, that's water finding a way.
So little tip though, you know, and I this particular house I was telling you about, it's not a bad idea to get a plumber who can maybe do a hydrostatic test on your sewer. If it's an older sewer, they can just run a scope camera. But it's not a bad idea. Every now and then, you know, every 2 or 3 years, just get that done. Just see, because that could be the start of your problem.
Right.
And then, you know, the other not a bad idea is, you know, call Superior Foundation Services. We'll put a French drain in. We'll pipe your gutters out, get all the water out. I mean, if you want to do any preventative maintenance, and we preach this, I'd love to come to your house and do work, but I prefer you call us and go, hey, come in, put a drain in, you know, let's check out.
I mean, it's something as simple as your air conditioning drain.
That's it.
At this time of the year, you're pulling so much humidity out of the air. I mean, I look at what we have out there at the reservoir. We have probably 10-ton units pulling out of that big building.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it just pours water all day long.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many people, you know, they'll call, oh my gosh, I got a leak.
No,
you don't have a leak. It is 105 degrees outside. We have had no relief, and your air conditioner's working overtime, and your condensation line stopped up.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
It's that simple.
So yeah, I think plumbing, I think sewer lines are the big culprit a lot of times, and then, you know, certainly drainage.
And so when you go to look for a leak, it may not be. It could be a leak in the sewer line, which is you got to have some water.
So
in
the
it.
water company's not going to call you, Chip, and say, hey, you're using X amount more gallons per month than you normally do. No, it could be a small break. It always is. It always is. Swimming pools leak. They're long plumbing. They're short plumbing leak in swimming pools. Sometimes gunite, you know, can have a little crack in it and leak. We just fixed one not long ago in a hot tub and it fell. And yes, we can pick up those too. But most of our lifting happens because of drought, shrinking clay, and needs lifting.
Okay, well, tell everybody where to find you, where to do the thing.
Yeah, so give us a call. The easiest thing is we offer complimentary estimates. The easiest way is to call our office, 601-941-2125. As Chip said, you can look us up on the web, superior.ms. But give us a call, 601-941-2125. We'll come out and give you a free estimate. We can check your drainage. We can check your foundation elevations. And if you're in the Tri-County area, all that's free.
Okay, there you go. Tri-County area.
Yeah.
And so what Tri-County is that?
So Hines, Madison, Rankin.
Okay, you got to be careful right here.
And yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're in Tri-County area right here at WYAB Studios and Tri-County Academy.
But Yazoo, may decide they want to be a part of it.
Well, we actually do a lot of work in I mean, we do work all over the state of Mississippi. Yes. We do charge a little bit outside of the central Mississippi.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
View.
So y'all give them a call and fix your problems. I mean, the door's going to open one day and one day it doesn't open, and that's just foundation problems
every day.
And it's in Mississippi. It's just what we live with. Okay. Well, it's good to have you in this morning, and we'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Okay. Well, it's good to have you in this morning, and we'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk. Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit AmericansForProsperity.org. Be a part of positive change at AmericansForProsperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, this is Mary Beth Hardy, owner of Flora Pharmacy. Flora Pharmacy is proud to be locally owned and operated. We believe in the power of community and personalized care. At Flora Pharmacy, we treat you like family. And for your convenience, we offer curbside service and prescription home delivery. Just pull up and we'll bring your prescriptions right to you. Can't make it to our store? Flora Pharmacy will drive it to your doorstep. Come see the best pharmacy in town today at Flora Pharmacy, where care meets convenience. Highway 49 in Flora.
Hey, Flora, the farm store in Flora, fresh from the farm right here. The farm store in Flora, organic, local, clear, locally sourced meats and vegetables too. Fresh produce every day, picked just for you. The farm store in Flora, fresh from the farm right here. The farm store in Flora, come see what's fresh today.
Managing payroll, benefits, workers' comp, and HR tasks can take valuable time away from running your business. That's where People Lease comes in. From payroll processing and tax filing to employee benefits and retirement plan administration, People Lease helps simplify your back office operations while improving employee satisfaction. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Schedule your consultation today at peoplelease.com. That's peoplelease.com.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
Located in Ridgeland and Flora, come see me, Jamie Creel, Shelter Insurance.
Our flag was still there. The official 250th celebration flag is available at a complete flag source on I-55 North in Jackson. It's just one way you can show your appreciation for the greatest country on earth. Flags for all occasions. International and state flags too. Flagpole construction available. You can check it out at CompleteFlags.com. A complete flag source, I-55 North in Jackson.
Why should you choose Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating for all service or installation? Well, they purchase all parts directly from the manufacturer. All of their factory-trained technicians have been hand-selected for skill, work ethic, and experience. There are never any hidden fees or charges. Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating is dedicated to your complete satisfaction, and they're family-owned and operated. For residential and commercial service or installation, contact Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating, 601-317-0729, or make an appointment through their Facebook page.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
Good morning. 6:21 a.m. If you're in that traffic on the way down the road, it's school traffic everywhere you go, and that's just the way it is. It's going to be that way. They're not going to fix any roads overnight, and if they start to fix the roads, it's going to take you even longer to get there because they didn't take the summer to fix them like they should have. Then, of course, they're in Madison County, right there in Canton, right there going Finney Road. When you get on Finney Road going to Canton High School, you can't get there because the one of those many culverts that were paid for to be fixed, that people put the money in the bank, not fixed, but they were paid. They got paid. That's what we do. It's just like when they brought in the people to run the elections and they weren't from Mississippi. They weren't even from Madison County. They were paid. They were paid. Good morning, Phil Barlow, Shane Easley, Jeff Thomas, J.C. Dunn, Lloyd Travis, Will Brown, Jenny Halford, Jeremy. Are you Jeremy? Yeah, Jeremy. Ricky Gray and Peekaboo, I see you. Good morning to all of you this morning watching on the web. And then, of course, I don't know what to say about this. We have found out where the Muslim, who was allegedly from all these different places, I don't know how they mix this up, other than she lives in Ridgeland, but she was appointed as a municipal judge in Benoit. Now, a lot of people don't know about Benoit. Well, guess what? Good morning, Debbie Bragansky. I know about Benoit. My daddy was from there. My daddy's daddy was from there. My uncles were from there. Benoit, Mississippi. And they would just be livid that this has occurred. And, you know, Benoit's just outside of Greenville up there. And and everybody in the news, you know, the news media is trying to downplay it, saying, well, this is a person who is she's a Muslim and she's a Mississippi lawyer and she's taken the oath and she's going to do all these things this way. And I mean, we're kind of the same situation we were in when Kennedy got elected originally, and when we were all worried about the Catholic aspect of that, if you'll recall, for those of you that have been around a long time. But, you know, there's a difference between Catholic and Muslim. Big difference, you know. And one of them believes in God. One of them don't. You know, that's kind of a problem. And then of course there's the problem of everybody who says death to America. You know, and then we're going to have somebody on the air later this week, I hope. I know you're listening there, sir. I hope you are. And he said he would come on this week, and I'm going to wait till he comes on before I call him out on it, and we'll talk about it. But the reality here is that freedom of religion is what? Okay, in America, freedom of religion is what? I mean, when if you're a Christian nation and your freedom of religion, that would mean that the way I believe that it was meant to be, and that's the problem now as we get into the actual words and the language, and I'm no expert, but I'm pretty damn smart when it comes to what I know the pulse of the people think. This is a Christian nation. It was built on Christianity. All of our doctorates mention God. All our way of all our politicians have always mentioned God. You know, even some of our politicians use God as a way to get into office, and they're lying the whole way. But, you know, that's just the way it goes. And so when you base your laws on Christianity, then that's what you're talking about. You're talking about, okay, so Baptist freedom of religion is Baptist versus Catholic versus Methodist versus Presbyterian, you know, the Christians, because that's why we came here. We came to this country to start a different society. And guess what? It works. We got here, and the experiment that is known as America is, okay, we got here. You know, there wasn't any buildings here. There was nothing here. And we got here and we started building. And that's what part of being an American is being a Christian and building something out of something, trying to make a difference in life, trying to make a difference in your entire life is part of being an American and being a Christian. And, the Muslim, if everybody wants to kill us, death to America. You got to start looking at the infiltrations of different sections of the country and try to figure out. It's just like the Democrats right now are split party. There are two different things going on there. You've got the socialists and you got regular Democrats, God-fearing Democrats, okay? But the socialists, they're the ones that are saying, we don't need to build anything. The government's going to take care of you. Then the other side is saying, we've always given you government aid, this, that, and the other, but we're not really all this other stuff. We're not really for it. And that's what you got with the Mandami and all them in New York, which basically we're here in Mississippi. We already know what socialism is because we live on it. I saw where they were trying to give out another $139 million the other day. The governor has some money that he can give out. Why don't we give it back to the feds? Why do we keep taking money and having to learn how to spend it just because we can get it? I mean, that's part of the problem. If we could, I know $139 million being given back to the government is a drop in the bucket and will not drop our taxes any. But the reality is that's the goal, is to pay less taxes and to have more money in the people that want to build America's pockets. That's the way it should be. The industrialists and the capitalists and those of us who if you want to make more money, the guy that wants to get out and risk it all has to make more money also. And that's just the way it works. He has to bring more in to give more out. And when the person that's fat right now is the government. The government's got all the money. Okay? So when the government has all the money and the people don't, that's when we have inflation, because the government's dictating what we're going to get and when we're going to get it. And then they're controlling the prices of the tea and of the cotton and the soybeans and all of this. And they're telling them what they can grow and what they can't grow because they got them over a barrel. You say, if you want to get some subsidy money, you got to do this, this, and this. You got to jump through these hoops. And then you look at the water and everything else. I mean, come on, people. Figure it out. If taxes are high and everything are going up, and then I saw where Andy Gibson got mad at a friend of mine and dropped him off the thing because they were making fun of the fact that he says he's going to cut the car tag in half. Y'all, I was listening to an interview. The last time the car tag was an issue was a politician used it, which they haven't done, never did do what they said they were going to do. But that was 1987 when they said they were going to have the $10 car tag, way back then. And then, of course, none of that has happened. The price of a car goes up. Now you pay $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $100,000 for a car. And your car tag price is tied to that value of that car. Yeah. Not going to give up that money to guy in our government, not in Mississippi. No. And then we're going to open up more casinos, and we got lottery, and nobody's winning the lottery right now, if you notice. And it's going to get up to $1 billion this next draw probably, and everybody's going to go, I got to get one. So they're going to sell more lottery tickets than ever before because everybody wants to make $1 billion and hope they win. Meanwhile, the government just gets more tax dollars out of that. I wonder how much of the actual money out of $1 does the state of Mississippi get? Now, because somewhere in there we got screwed because roads aren't getting fixed, schools are still needing to be funded different ways, and taxes have not dropped down anywhere. Somebody explain that to me. I swear we're just going to have to they're going to have to go ahead and make prostitution legal in Mississippi in order to find a way to get the money to pay for us to have roads. That's all I can come up with. I mean, we don't want to grow anything. We don't want to. We want to gamble, and the gambling ain't working. Lottery didn't work. Casinos didn't work. What are we gonna do? That's all we got left. That's all we got left. We did pot. We did pot too. Send taxes. That's what we live on. We'll be back with more on Chip Matthews Show. We did pot. We did pot too, Send taxes. That's what we live on.
1039 WYAB.
In the heart of rural America, we know the value of an honest day's work. While the big corporate brands focus on their stock prices, Outlaw Light is focused on you. We're an independent American brand built on resilience. We don't preach or teach, we just brew. That means a high-quality, 105-calorie light beer at a price that respects your hard-earned dollar. For the patriots, the dreamers, and the doers, America deserves a new light beer. Grab an Outlaw. It's darn good beer.
Are you worried about an aging loved one? What options are there for assisted living? What will my insurance cover? Join John Merrill with Amada Senior Care for Senior Health Today, each Tuesday from 9 to 10 a.m., right here on 1039 WYAB. From assisted living options to nursing home care to elder planning, Senior Health Today and Amada Senior Care has you covered. Each Tuesday from 9 to 10 a.m., right here on 1039 WYAB.
Ken here with Rapid Oil Change, your fast service and fleet maintenance headquarters for over 40 years. With parts in stock to fit most makes and models, we can perform routine maintenance in a matter of minutes, keeping downtime to a minimum. With brands like Castrol, Mobil One, Lucas, and Rain-X, it's easy to see why Rapid Oil Change has been the go-to for fast service with a smile for over 40 years. Don't forget our 24/7 touchless car wash. We accept most national and local fleets. We're Mississippi's leader for fast service with a smile. Visit one of our 6 locations today, oilchangems.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The former acting head of the CDC, blunt after hearing President Trump's proposals to cut back on the number of vaccines given to kids and to split up the measles, mumps, and rubella shot into 3.
I think it's absolutely ludicrous. You know, the MMR, the measles, mumps, rubella shot, has been given for decades and has been shown to be safe.
Dr. Richard Besser speaking to ABC News. The American Academy of Pediatrics also pushing back, saying the order from the president is not justified and that children could suffer. The Washington Post says an Iranian threat against the president's life forced a switch when he was leaving the NATO summit in Turkey. After boarding Air Force One, the president immediately left the plane, hidden in a catering truck, and took another military jet out. Rescue teams are still trying to find survivors after the deadly earthquake in Colombia. Well over 100 people were killed. Voters are heading to the polls today in primaries in 6 more states. This is ABC News.
A funny thing happens to a lot of men. One day you're the guy carrying the ice chest, loading the truck, and helping everybody move. Then one day, you're looking for a place to sit down. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, talk to Live Better Men's Health and Wellness. Real answers, personalized treatment, a better way forward. Living better starts at livebettermen.com. That's livebettermen.com.
Want insider tips on foundation repair, maintenance, and how to protect your biggest investment? Todd Sandridge, owner of Superior Foundation Services, will be dropping in this month for quick interviews with your favorite local hosts. Whether you're dealing with cracks, settling, or just want peace of mind, this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Superior Foundation Services, helping you stay on solid ground. Find them online at superior.ms. That's superior.ms.
Grill lovers already know about Grills of Mississippi, and so should you. Grills of Mississippi carries premium Weber grills, Yoder smokers, and outdoor kitchen accessories to take your backyard cooking to the next level. Whether you're a weekend griller or a serious pitmaster, Grills of Mississippi has the brands, the knowledge, and the service to help you do it right. Turn your backyard into the ultimate gathering spot. Visit grillsofms.com today. Grills of Mississippi, where great cooking starts.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews Show, 6:35 a.m. as you continue to drive in traffic. And, of course, somebody says it's still funny when I talk about the women are up there banging their heads and they got their cell phone in their faces and they're doing their Facebook timing while they're driving at 90 miles an hour. Yeah, and that's why they keep having wrecks. Yes, y'all be careful out there. And then at the same time, you got the coffee in your hand and your phone and you know, it's just awful. And then some of you even smoking a joint. Yeah. Because I smell it. I smell it when we get to the red light. But anyway, Anyway, good morning. Welcome to the program as we sit here and talk about Carlton Rush. That's a classic move for a politician. Random promises of lower taxes that are always lies. Taxation of the people to keep paying big government. It's time for a tea party. Look, there's also, I want y'all to think about this for just a second. We need to get to where we need to revisit how we handle DUIs and certain crimes that occur that we wind up and you go to jail. You don't go to jail. You get an ankle bracelet and you go to drug court, or you go to DUI court, and you go to a rehab program that allegedly is fixing you. And all it is more government bureaucrats. That's giving more Democrats jobs in the government so that they can squander the money. I mean, that's all it is. You can say whatever you want, but I mean, some of these people, they don't do their jobs. They do not. They're not teaching you. They're not rehabbing you. When you have to go to a rehab, that doesn't mean you're going to learn anything or it's going to do anything for you. It's just part of the, it's a babysitting program where they take some more money out of your pocket. They feel like we keep taking money. That's that. It's understood that things are strange. I've just discovered that people who listen to the Chip Matthews Show are educated and refined. I'm glad to know that, since I'm not either educated or refined. But thank you very much. I am more of the Constitution Party leaning. Well, the reality is, my thing is the common sense. If you got common sense, you can do everything. And that's what's wrong with the world today. There's no class that teaches common sense. Common sense came from your parents. And if your parents didn't raise you and you didn't get taken care of, didn't get bopped on the head a few times on the head, then a few times on the butt with a belt, you didn't learn anything. Common sense will teach you that. And that's just the way it is, Those things helped. Okay, they did. You're sitting in Jackson. You had the standoff yesterday. That guy, he had what, 13 felonies, and had 3 more when he was picked up. Let's see what's going on. We got somebody calling on the phone. Let's see what's going on. Morning, YAB. Hello.
Yeah, I was calling the Chip Matthews Show.
I am the Chip Matthews Show.
Thank you.
What you got?
You were talking about Benoit and the
yes,
young lady that got elected to be a judge up there. Obviously, there's only 400 people up there. That's kind of part time, right?
Yeah, but that's not elected. That's appointed. There's
appointed.
Appointed.
Excuse my difference in vernacular.
and my daddy played football at Benoit High School.
Do you realize that there was a movie that was made in Benoit back in 1956 called Baby Doll?
Yes, a racy movie.
Eli Wallach.
Yeah, it's one of the first movies filmed in Mississippi.
Well, I think there were. Well, you may be right. I'm not sure, but it was. That was Benoit, Mississippi, and that house. What's the name of that house up there?
I do not know. I just know that I grew up. My daddy's from Benoit, and a bunch of people I know from Benoit married a bunch of girls from Canton, Mississippi. I know that. I know that for a fact.
Well, that's. I'm in Madison County, and Canton's in Madison County, and Benoit is in. What county is that?
That's I think it's LaFleur or Bolivar.
Oliver.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because my father grew up in LaFleur County outside of Edavina, so I'm familiar with that.
Yeah.
But I was looking up that when you mentioned it on air, and I was like, that's what Benoit is. One of the things that they're famous for is that movie.
Yes, it is.
With Eli Wallach, who was a great actor, by the way.
Yeah.
He was in a bunch of movies that up until the late 1980s. Anyway, Benoit, that's one of the things whatever that house was, there was some kind of plantation house that
Correct.
They filmed that, movie at. And I recorded it off of.
It's called the Baby Dollar House. Somebody's checking in. It's called the Baby Dollar House.
Yeah, well, it was, it was, remember when Turner Classic Movies was
Yes.
on cable TV and they
Yes.
didn't have any commercials and you could record the whole movie?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm like in a film noir. That's what I like is film noir movies,
Right.
like The Postman Always Rings Twice and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And so that's one of the ones I recorded, and I really don't care for that movie that much. I've still got it on. I've got it on VHS.
There you go.
Which
Yes.
everybody considers to be extinct, and now it's coming back around again. So,
oh yeah,
I'm like, well, I figured it would eventually.
Well, it's like my
But,
first my friend that bought his first VHS machine. I remember when he bought it. It was an RCA, and he hooked it up to his Curtis Mathis TV, and that thing cost $600 new in the beginning when they first came
the
out.
first one I bought was a Toshiba, and it was like $300, and I got a discount because my mother worked at McRae's.
There you go.
I got a discount. It was still $300.
No kidding.
And I've still got it, and the only thing I've had to do is replace belts on it, and it still works.
Belts on it. That's on a video machine too. Belts.
Well, that's like cassette decks or anything that's got belts on it, like a turntable or a cassette deck or whatever. You got to replace the rubber. It's kind of like tires on a car,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I look, I'm one to tell you, I still have I have the projection TV in my house that used to be in Mr. Gaddy's, and it still works.
Oh, my goodness. Are you talking about the one on by the bowling alley?
Yeah, the one that flipped open and went back off the mirror to get onto the screen?
Well, wait a minute. You're talking about the one at LaFleur's,
right?
Over there, Bob.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That was Mr. Deddens. I know the Deddens family, and I know Hugh O'Neill, and I worked at Mr. Gaddy's, and I know all about Mr. Gaddy's.
Well,
and it's funny you mentioned that because I'm more familiar with that than you are.
I don't know. Well, yeah, very possibly.
Well,
it was a good time back then. But anyway,
I hope we're not talking on the air right now.
Oh, yes, we are. Every bit, every word.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Okay.
Sherry Deddens and her daughters were, she's a realtor and has been for a long time. And I don't know about now. That's because I'm old and you're not.
What do you mean I'm old? How old are you?
Well, I'm older than you want to imagine.
I'm 65.
6 plus.
I'm 65. So
yeah, well, I'm there also.
Okay. I mean, I didn't want to be, but all of a sudden I am. And
I'm thinking that you went to Manhattan Academy.
No, I'm Canton Academy. Canton Academy. I'm from Canton.
Okay.
I'm from Canton.
Academy. Okay. There were some Matthews boys that went to Manhattan when I was going to Manhattan back in the 70s.
There you go. There you go. I remember playing Manhattan in football and basketball. And then later.
Yeah, well, it was a lot of fun. I mean, we were in a different, we were playing Pillow Academy and we were playing Jackson Prep, and which was the best. That was the biggest rival was Manhattan and Prep. Back in the old days.
Yep. Okay.
Everybody showed up for that.
Okay.
But anyway, the reason I brought up Benoit is because I think the population as we speak is about 365. I'm like, that's not even AI. That's like going to the official Benoit website.
Yeah. And I mean, and the other side of that is the motion as a municipal judge, the biggest thing you got to worry about is her setting bond on a murderer. That's the biggest thing you got to worry about. She'll set the bond.
I think Sharia law is what you got to worry about the most.
Oh, yes. That's what you got to worry about. It's creeping in. Thank you for calling.
Well, this young lady, by the way, can I mention this?
Yeah, go ahead.
This young lady that does your show, is it Wanda in the morning that I heard yesterday morning?
I have no idea.
She was victim to people calling in and belittling her about criticizing the mistake that was made about this judge being appointed in Ridgeland as opposed to Benoit.
Right.
And they were saying that, why are you judging this woman and everything? And I wish she had been armed with what the Sharia law and what that meant to the big, in the big scheme of things.
Oh yeah.
And she wasn't, but she did a good job.
And to defend, because that would probably be Lindsay's show that was at noon yesterday.
Oh, Lindsay. Okay. I thought it was Wendy. I was not, like I said, I was multitasking and I thought it was Wendy, but it's Lindsay, and she does a great job, and I appreciated listening to her.
But
she talked to Gene McGee about the Ridgeland controversy, and I appreciated him clearing that up.
Yeah, but the reality is there's a bunch of, not looking online, there's a bunch of Democratic lawyers and Democratic politicians from the state who are aligned and think this is a good thing. And I mean, and you know, that's just the way it is. And these
Democrats.
Yeah, they're Democrats, but they're, you know, but I looked at them, and the advocacy of some of them is supportive, and then they separated of church and state. That's what I'm trying to decide is separated of church and state. And I'm going to have a lawyer on with me later this week who and he is a Democrat. Okay. And
I would love to hear that. And when is your show on this every day at this time?
Every
5
morning,
days a week,
every day of the week. And there's never every one. No, just Monday through Friday. And then I have a restaurant.
Oh, Monday through Friday.
Yeah, okay. I got a little restaurant at the reservoir I have to run all the time.
And I want to add that I'm an analog man in a digital world.
I understand that.
That's the way I work. So,
okay.
Well, here we go. Chip, appreciate you, man. You're a good guy.
Thank you very much. Thanks for calling. Oh, good morning call there. And looking on here, I have a projection TV whose a light bulb burned out a long time ago. Peekaboo. Yeah, I have one of those. You can still get the bulbs. But yeah, that's something that is a real thing. The Sharia law thing is something. And of course, our best expert, I say on that is Andrew Gasser. When he comes on at 10 o'clock, he is locked in on it. And then of course, Kim Wade can really set you off straight on what's going on. But the reality is I believe that we live in a Christian world. And when we came to America, we built a Christian state. And the freedom of religion is, you know, it's the devil worshipers. That's not a religion. That's a cult. And Sharia law, they're a cult, you know, and a cult of personalities is what we're looking at here. And the reality is Christians, that's a religion. And what we practice. And I know I'm splitting hairs and probably getting out way over my skis on this, but the reality is we came to America to fix it. Okay? We came to America to get away from holy wars. And we came here and on the only basis of religion freedom is the difference in Christianity, the different ways we worship that and the different ways we baptize and stuff. But that's the way my grandmother taught me. Okay, y'all. So that's just, and she was right. That's period it. That's the way I see it. And these other people that are just crazy, that's what they are, is crazy. And so we're bringing the holy war from overseas. With this, we're bringing the holy war to the United States. And we're either going to have to get a grip on it, or we're going to have to fight at some point. You know, we may be setting up our kids for 200 years from now. We look just like they do over there. At some point. Interesting. You know, we may be setting up we'll be back with more. For 200 years from now. We look just like they do over there.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig Pig Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Upgrade your yard this season with Hometown Hardware and Grasshopper. Hometown Hardware in Flora is now a proud Grasshopper mower dealer. Own a Grasshopper, own Mow Day. Hometown Hardware also has a great selection of outdoor power equipment from trusted names like Steel and Milwaukee, as well as Hustler. And don't forget, Hometown Hardware is your garden soil, potting mix, fertilizer, and pine straw headquarters. Hometown Hardware on Highway 49 in Flora.
Attention troops. General Bob's Swap Shop is moving to a brand new battle time. That's right, General Bob here, so fall in and form up every Saturday from 8 to 11 a.m. on 103.9 WYAB. Bring your bargains, your treasures, your oddities, and your best deals to the front lines to buy, sell, and trade. General Bob's Swap Shop is calling all troops to assemble. Report for General Bob's Swap Shop from 8 to 11 a.m. this Saturday. We're counting on you.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Have you been injured through no fault of your own? Do you know your rights? Don Evans does. Do you really believe that the insurance company would disclose all information to you? Don Evans will make sure that you are fully informed. It costs nothing to discuss your case. From car wrecks to malpractice, Don Evans will make you and your family whole again. Don Evans won't ever charge unless he collects for you. Call Don for a free, no-obligation consultation at 601-969-2006.
It's all systems go this month at Mazda of Jackson. With rates as low as 0% with approved credit, come test drive the all-new, fully redesigned 2026 Mazda CX-5. More room for you and your cargo makes the third-generation CX-5 the best yet. Mazda's best-selling SUV also comes with 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. And Mazda of Jackson still specializes in certified pre-owned vehicles with hassle-free trade-in options available. Shop online at MazdaJackson.com or visit Mazda Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
In the heart of Flora, there's a place where love, laughter, and comfort come with every cut, color, and style. At our family-owned salon, you're not just a client. You're part of the family. Come share a smile with Shelby, Henley, and Rhonda, ready to make you feel beautiful inside and out. Whether it's a fresh new look or a little time to relax, we've got the chair waiting for you. So step in and feel at home. Find us on Facebook at In Style Salon Flora.
Need equipment that works as hard as you do? Come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. Thousands of you have already made the short drive to see us at H&H for the state's best deals on CM truck beds, Big Tex trailers, Wells Cargo enclosed trailers, and even rugged Candy electric utility vehicles. At H&H, our equipment is built for the farm, job site, hunting camp, or anywhere around your property. So visit me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales on Highway 35 North in Carthage, or online anytime at hhchiefsales.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
6:54 a.m. as you're stuck in traffic on your way to work this morning and on your way to school. Most of it is carrying people to school, and you're sitting there going, why do I go down a 2-lane road when this should have been 5 lanes 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Well, that's just the way it was. They promised it. They promised it. They promised a $10 car tag in 87. You know when 1887 was? That's a long time ago. I was alive, though. I was alive in buying car tags. But anyway, you're welcome to the Chip Matthews Show. We're on the air here. Now, let's talk about some of the other headlines other than the Muslim in Benoit. We got human skeleton remains found in Simpson County. This is what I tell you all the time. Out in the woods, your dog comes back. It's got a human bone, a femur or two. Hey, I'm telling you, we got bodies everywhere in this state, especially in the Benny Thompson district, from one end of the state to the other end of the state. The man has got to go. Y'all remember that, and you got to get out and vote this next time around because it's time for it to be over with. Although I believe also that there's a bunch of Republicans in this state that want Benny Thompson in office because they are part of the giving program. They will give money to anybody that will vote for them. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, in the state of Mississippi, for every dollar we send to Washington, we get $2 back. Well, that's great. No, it's not great. That's why we're trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. And Mississippi has been a big part of those trillions. And, you know, that's something we got to worry about. Then also we need to build some more prisons. David Gregory checks in and he says the prisons are all full, the state, and they are they need to pass new laws so they can relieve the prison system. They have to build more prisons in order to keep them in there. And he should know he actually did 12 years in the state penitentiary. And, you know, speaking of this penitentiary, if you keep up with the news channels, there's a story channel, 16.3. It's a history channel type station that you get over the airways. I don't know where you get it on your thing, but they're doing a big story on the penitentiary at Parchman. I mean, that is it. I mean, they're talking about it, and they're talking about how corrupt it is, and how dirty it is, and how all of that. And you know, we sit here in Mississippi and go, well, it's a jail, and it's supposed to be bad. Well, it's supposed to be bad, but it ain't supposed to be that bad. But the reality is, we're not doing anything to help anybody. When we put them in jail, we put them in jail. We're not rehabbing. We're not doing that. And if we're going to put them in and just let them stay for a little while and get out, that's just crazy. 16.3. Yep. 16.3 on channel 16. And then, you know, now you use channel 16's now you 16.1 and you 16.4. It's ABC and CBS. You know, it's all going to change. I used to tell everybody that over the air, they used to say, you know, you'll never always have to pay for cable, this, that, and the other. You can scan with a digital antenna now, y'all, and get as many as 63 channels. 63 channels. And you can pretty much find everything you want. I find Westerns all day. And Chip likes to keep that money in his pocket. So, you know, I'm doing a lot of scanning. And that's the over the air is the way I got it. When I grew up on 3 channels, you know, 4 every once in a while, because Canton every once in a while had trouble picking up ETV. But anyway, y'all keep up with what's going on in the world. Keep up with what's going on. This guy that they were chasing around in Rankin County in the standoff yesterday, he had 15 felony arrests and 3 felony convictions, and you're still having to deal with him. You're still having to deal with the guy. So what are we doing wrong? I mean, is he doing his whole time when he goes to jail? I mean, what happened to 3 strikes and you're out? I don't understand. 3 felony convictions, and he's running around. He's been arrested for 15, and then, of course, now he's got another 1 or 2 to add to it. He was shooting at officers and running from house to house and this, that, and the other. I mean, and we spend all day looking for these people, and they're everywhere. Come on, people, let's get it going. The guards are gang members also. They look at this. The guards, gang members, most of them bring in drugs, cell phones, and sleep with the inmates. They teach you nothing. Sometimes they don't feed you at all, and get it. It is prisons. It's unreal. Oh, let's see. It is prison, and it should be bath for everyone that goes to prison. But the people leading the prison from the commissioner all now is corrupt. All the worry about is the money, and that's it. That's David Gregory. That's a person who's actually spent time in the jail. We might have to get him in on the show one day and talk, because those are real things. Those are things we need to look into. Oh, we're running out of time. The Clay Edwards Show is coming up at 7:07. He'll have a lot of news for you. Kim Wade this afternoon, Andrew Gosser. We'll see you later.